Hey Detroit, I'm Janee Ayers and I'm your council member at large, and I'd like to welcome you to our 2017 year in review. You'll be able to see some of the things that we accomplished last year, and then we'll be able to present and introduce to you some of the goals that I have set for our next term. Before I tell you about what we have planned for the future, let me tell you what my team and I have done this past year. During my first term, I was the only council member to serve on 4 standing committees: Public Health and Safety, Budget, Internal Operations, and Rules. My team and I hosted a community board up and cleanup along with Detroit Partnership and IBEW Local 58, where we boarded up and secured about 5 blocks on the east side in one day. This doesn't include the countless abandoned houses we've ensured were reported to dangerous buildings and put on the demolition list or boarded up. We regularly hold coffee and conversation events across the city in each council district where residents have the opportunity to voice their concerns and opinions on issues facing our city. Last year, I spoke to 135 constituents at these events. My office helped 261 constituents apply for a senior solid waste discount and summer tax deferment in 2017. Our Returning Citizens Task Force held resource and expungement fairs all over the city last year in partnership with Project Clean Slate and Lakeshore Legal Aid. We had over 500 residents attend and receive housing, counseling, job placement, and expungement resources. Now, I can't be at 3 places at once, but it is important to me that I know what's going on in every neighborhood in our city. That's why my team and I attend as many block club and neighborhood meetings as we can. Last year alone, we attended over 582 community meetings all over the city. Every day, residents contact our office with concerns in their neighborhoods, from streets that needed to be plowed in the winter, to vacant lots that need to be mowed in the summer, to abandoned homes that need to be demolished all year long. In 2017 alone, my team and I closed over 883 constituent complaints. And finally, we want to ensure that every resident is engaged and informed about legislation and events happening in our city. Just this past year, 3,491 constituents subscribed to our email list. 92,792 Detroiters engaged with me through Facebook posts with information and different updates. 200,000 households received informational newsletters. So now that you know some of what we've done in the past year, let's talk about what we have planned going forward. As the new chair of Budget, Audit, and Finance and vice chair of Public Health and Safety, my priority has been to create and push for legislation that ensures the physical and economic well-being of all Detroiters. I've been working on a fair chance ordinance that will help our returning citizens find the housing that they need. It will require housing providers who are receiving a tax abatement or any other government assistance to give returning citizens a chance. Under this ordinance, a housing provider will have to decide that a person is qualified to rent before conducting a criminal background check. If a person has a criminal history, they can only be disqualified if the type of crime is related to their past housing or shows that they may pose a serious threat to other renters. As summer approaches, we are working on legislation to ensure that our youth can safely play outside in all of our neighborhoods. We are seeking new regulations on weapons and animal control. Pneumatic guns, which include air rifles, paintball guns, etc., in parks or public places will be forbidden unless they are in an area designated by the city. We're also working on new legislation as it pertains to flexi leashes when people are out walking their dogs. Thousands of residents and dozens of businesses in downtown and midtown have not been paying their fair share of city income tax. We all know there's been an influx of people moving into the city, but many of these people never change their address to avoid paying higher car insurance and taxes, leaving the burden squarely on residents in our neighborhoods who have been here for years. That's why I'm actively working with the law department to find creative solutions that will make sure everyone who lives in these areas pays the same income tax you and I do. The city is cracking down and has collected over $5.3 million in income tax since 2016. But we still have a long way to go. So Detroit, I hope you enjoyed what you saw, and if you have any suggestions or you need further information, please contact my office at 888-224-4248. You can send me an email at councilmemberayers@detroitmi.gov, or you can find me on Facebook under Councilmember Ayers.